everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my October book haul. I have accumulated a few books from the month. I have my book of the month selections, I have a couple arcs, and then I did a few swaps with some people on Facebook, and then me and my friend Shelby from Shelby Taggart Reads, we always swap a few books each month with each other. So first I'm going to go through my book of the month selections. The first one I have is The Fountain of Silence by Ruta Sepetys, and this is a historical fiction taking place during Madrid in 1957 during the Spanish Civil War. So I'm really excited to get into some more historical fiction. The next one I have is The Golden Hour by Beatrice Williams, and this is another historical fiction that takes place in the Bahamas in 1941, and this follows a royal couple. So I've never read anything taking place in the Bahamas, so that sounds really intriguing and I can't wait to get to this one. And the last book of the month selection I have is The Reckless Oath We Made by Bren Greenwood, and I read all the Ugly and Wonderful Things, I think it's called, and that is a very forbidden type of book, very dark and very taboo, but I really enjoyed it, so I was excited to pick up another book by this author. The only thing I really know about this is about an abduction that tears a family apart. That's really all I know about it. I kind of want to go into it blind, so I'm excited to get into this one, and I've heard it's really, really good as well. Now I'm going to go through the arcs that I received. The first one is A Good Man by Ani Katz, and this is a thriller, and it doesn't come out until January 14th of 2020. This is about a man. He is, I guess, devastated about something tragic that has happened in his family's life, and he feels like, I think it's his fault, but I'm excited to get into this one and find out what actually happens. The next arc I have is The Lookalike by Erica Spindler, and this one comes out January of 2020 as well. This is about a girl. She's coming back to her dorm and she finds one of her classmates murdered, and the girl that finds her classmate ends up moving to London, and then 10 years later she ends up moving back, and I guess she is starting to get like these anonymous phone calls, and it seems like the case, because it was never solved before, is people are starting to question what actually happened that night. So I'm excited to read this one. This one sounds really good. The next arc I have is This Is Not How It Ends by Rochelle B. Weinstein, and this one also comes out in January of 2020. This is about a woman. She is planning to get married to this man. They live together and they start drifting apart, and while they're drifting apart she ends up finding another man, or meeting another man, and she starts falling in love with him, and I believe she has to figure out who she wants to be with in the end. So this sounds really good and I can't wait to get to this one. This next book I ended up getting in September, but I forgot to haul it, so I'm gonna show you now. It is Where They Found Her by Kimberly McCreet, and this is about a woman. She moves to New York and a body of a newborn is found in the woods, and she's assigned the story of this murder. So it sounds super intriguing and I'm really excited to get into this one, and I know that Jackie from Be Book'N and Shelby from Shelby Taggart Reads really loved this one, so I can't wait to give this one a try. And I also have another arc that I found through my pile, Remembrance by Rita Woods, and this is set in alternate timelines. There is Haiti and New Orleans, and then also in Ohio. And this one says it's a story about 4 women in one unforgettable place, and I think really what really intrigued me of this book is that it was set in Ohio, because I live in Ohio and I really don't read that many books from Ohio, so I'm really excited to get into this one, and it's another historical fiction. And this one comes out January 21st of 2020, so I'm really excited to get into this one. This next one I did a swap on Facebook, and it is Mrs. Everything by Jennifer Weiner. I've heard amazing things about this book, so when I saw that it was that someone wanted to swap it, I was like, I need to swap this one immediately. This one, all I know is that it's about two sisters and they have different paths and different dreams, but like I said, I've heard amazing things about this one, so I'm super excited to read this one. This next one I received from my friend Heather, A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkson, and I know this is a trilogy. I believe it's an adult fantasy, and obviously it's about witches, and I believe there's like vampires in here as well. So yeah, I really don't know too much about this one, but I'm super excited to read this one, and it's a bit of a chunker, but I'm assuming it'll be really good. And these last ones that I have are books that Shelby from Shelby Taggart Reads has sent me. We do book swaps with each other throughout the month, so these are the ones that I got from her. The first one is The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez. This girl, she has a medical procedure done that will affect her future of having children, and I believe she meets this guy and he wants to have a big family, but she obviously has to have some medical procedure done, and I've heard very conflicting things about this book, but I am excited to give this one a try. The next one I have is Angels Burning by Tawny Odell. This one is one that I probably would never pick up because the cover doesn't really intrigue me whatsoever, but if Shelby says it's good, I'm sure it's probably good. This is about a girl. She's found in a sinkhole in an abandoned coal town, and I guess the guy that was accused of the murder went to prison and then is released from prison, and he is saying that he's innocent, so that's really all I know about it. I'm excited to read this one, so can't wait to get to it. The next one I have is The Roanoke Girls by Amy Engel. And this is about, it says, the Roanoke girls seem to have it all. Every girl either runs away or dies. Sounds good. Can't wait to get to this one. And the last one that I have is The Surrogate by Louise Jensen. And this is about a couple. They try to have children and they can't. And the woman's best friend, I guess, is going to be their surrogate. So, and it's a psychological thriller, so you can only imagine what actually happens. So those are all the books that I received in October. Do any of these books sound interesting to you? Have you read any of these books? Let me know, and until then, I will see you in my next video. Bye!